It was quite clear to me that Asherkine was faking it. So let's run through all the things that were obviously staged, obviously fake in this particular video. Let's get into it. So when you take a look at the fact that she stepped out of the store and handed this over to this dispatch rider, look at the phone that this dispatch rider is holding. Why does it seem to have a bead? Why does it seem to look quite pinky? Not to say that guys wouldn't wear something pink related, but this guy taking the time to accessorize his phone, he doesn't strike me as that kind of person because he's not necessarily dressed as someone who is putting much thoughts into like so much accessories. He has no earrings on, no glasses, nothing of the sort. But he's taking the time to accessorize his phone, and he's doing that with pink. So it's got like this pink sort of strap that goes all the way, and the casing itself looks kind of pinkish. So it doesn't strike me as this is his phone. It's giving someone gave this to you to hold because maybe you don't even have an Android phone or something, So that's the first thing for me that I saw that I was like, okay, this is odd, and I'm going to look more into it. But the next thing that I found quite interesting was something that she did. Okay, our lady here did something quite interesting. Having given him this item before going back into the store, she decides to do this little pause to like just look and just pause and look. What was that look? What was that for? What you think you're in a movie? That's what people in movies do. People who know that they're being filmed, that's what they do. They pause and they look. Like, oh yeah, let's just, and then you go inside. And the way that I know that you're not actually looking at anything is because when other people stepped out of the store, they don't look in that direction because there was nothing going on there. But you just took a moment to pause and look. What were you looking at? You were acting that way because you know that there's a camera on you. And that's just you trying to, you were being an actress without even knowing. But that was the next thing, okay? But let's go along. Let's go. So she goes into the store and Asherkine goes, oh, well, let's go ahead and walk in here and talk to her. The moment he walks into the store, you could actually see that he was filming this with his Meta glasses, by the way. The moment he walks into the store, maybe it's not Meta, just to point out, they have other kinds of glasses that do that. But he started to talk to her, and she's not even smiling to acknowledge the fact that this is someone that she knows. This is another mistake because clearly you know who he is. Even if you don't know precisely who he is, you're a young girl. You probably think, oh, this face looks familiar, but you have this very serious look there, like, oh yeah, what you want, da 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 da. But I'll show you where somewhere along the line in this video she messes that up because it becomes obvious that you already know who he is. So then why are you acting all serious here? Because the truth is, why I don't expect you to go, oh my God, is you Asherkine? Because that would also be clear that you're faking that. In a way, because you should be more put together. But the fact is, it should show in your face. Anybody who knows a thing about psychology, anybody who knows anything about human behavior will tell you if you see someone who even looks familiar remotely, it would show in your eyes, it would show in your face like, hey, this face looks familiar. Or maybe you know the person beforehand. I would think you already know him. Like, oh my God, Asherkine, or something like, wow, or something. You would say something, but you're acting like this is a complete stranger as per somebody who you've never seen at all before, whether on social media or anything. And that is fake. It's given staged.
Is it okay if I put my number in your phone?
So she's answering all these questions. Oh, I'm from here, I'm from there. And then he says, oh, let me get your number. Put your number. And oh, before that, yes. He made a joke. Asherkine, this joke was a very, very perfect joke. To say, do you work here or do you own the place? Anybody should be surprised by that statement and even laugh, have a good laugh. But she didn't. You know why? Because she's still trying to maintain the script. She's like, I don't want to lose my train of thoughts. I don't want to. Otherwise, that was a very good joke. The fact that you didn't laugh to that joke tells me and tells everybody that this is staged.
You work here or you own the place?
So that's another clue. Now, when he goes ahead to ask for the phone number, she says, oh, the phone is charging over there. Let's take a look at what happens when this person who is probably maybe a stranger, because see the area where you did, where all the staff people they stay. You're not charging your phone there. You're charging your phone where the customers are sitting.
Is it okay if I put my number in your phone?
Wow. Okay, so this customer just pulls the phone from underneath the table You can see they had one of this hand. I don't even know what's holding on to, but it's holding something. He didn't even a phone that's charging there. You would use your two hands because you would have this one holding a phone and removing the cord. He doesn't do that. He's holding on to whatever he's holding on to here, and he goes ahead to just pick the phone from here and pass it. That's the phone that was charging. Why are you lying? Why? Why? So clearly, that's another thing that was wrong about that script. It's given fake, it's given staged, it's given we all have our roles to play here. And I don't know why there are people who have not caught on to this yet. I don't think I understand why it's not clear to everybody, because some people are like, oh no, it's real, it's definitely real. It's given staged. Now I feel like the biggest giveaway for me personally would be when she decided to call her mother because he asked, okay, we're going to go to Lagos for a date. Are you okay with that? She was like, oh yeah, I would have to ask my mom first. So she goes ahead to call the mom. And when she calls the mom, she says, yeah, I met Asherkine, da 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 da. Remember I told you I was going to point you in the direction of where she messed that script up. So you know Asherkine, and you were acting like you didn't know him from the start.
I saw Asherkine, Lagos. She said I can
But now
go.
that you're talking to your mom, even your mom knows him. For you to be like, oh, mom, I met Asherkine. You're not even explaining who Asherkine is to your mom. Your mom knows him. Yeah, mom, I met Asherkine. And she's like, oh, yeah, yeah. You see why we're not buying it? Because it's clear that you're faking this. It's either you were not actually speaking with anyone over the phone and you were faking that call, or your mom was already in on the whole thing and was playing along. So these are the reasons why it's clear that this was staged. This was fake as it get. The question that some people were asking is like, but why would Asherkine fake this? Why? The only possible reason that I'm thinking here is because, let's say, okay, this is not a confirmation, but let's say that this was really staged. Staging this with a friend who, or maybe a girlfriend, it would actually feel better because, you know, first of all, you're putting your girlfriend's face out there. Who knows what she would want to start up next? Maybe she's trying to like, you guys are trying to make her famous. That's one angle, you know. But away from that, if it's your friend, you've actually made your friend really happy. You know, you've done something for your friendship. That's cool. Okay, so that's something that someone could be trying to achieve, as opposed to doing it for a perfect stranger. You could be doing it for your bestie or for your babe. Maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe, just maybe. I'm not here to give conclusions, but I just want to point you in the direction of things that were odd, things that made it clear that, ooh, this is suspicious and we should suspect it. We should look at it with microscope. And I'm glad that we did that together. Of course, we'll be doing more videos like this, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's keep doing this. We're detectives and we must investigate.